Hello, my name is Anna Catterson, and I'm the Executive Director of Online Learning here at Heartland. Welcome, good morning. This is a quick recap on YuJa. YuJa is our new video enterprise system that we've integrated into Canvas. In the past, we have had Canvas Studio, which you'll see is found on the blue navigation bar over here on the left within Canvas. But we are retiring Studio. We were planning on retiring that March 1st, actually, but I have asked for an extension through the end of May, just to kind of not do a change management in the middle of the semester. So I don't know if we'll be granted that or not. I'm hoping that we will, but I'll keep everyone posted as I hear. We put in the request a couple weeks ago when the COVID numbers started going higher, and didn't think that was going to be too fun to change systems in the middle of the semester. But we're hopeful that we'll be able to make that change at the end of the semester. But if not, tentatively, we have it set to retire on March 1st. That's the last day of our contract with Studio. There were several reasons why we chose YuJa, and we met with the online task force team and kind of looked at help desk tickets that we received over the past couple of years. And there was really a strong desire to have more editing capabilities. Studio does not have a robust editing feature. And a lot of our faculty were using the Canvas Studio quizzes, and YuJa has a quizzing option, but there are more options available than just the basic standard questions that Studio had. So YuJa is a little bit more robust with accessibility as well. You do not, for example, you do not have to ask for captions every time. It will automatically do them for all videos, and the accuracy is a little better as well. So we're pleased with that feature. Students can also download a transcript in addition to the captions. So that's another great accessibility feature that we loved, as well as an SRT file. And if you're not familiar with that, if someone is using a screen reader or an assistive technology device, the SRT file is handy for those specific devices. So that was probably the main reason why we selected YuJa, was the accessibility features, and then it also has more robust features for editing and quizzing. Now, to access YuJa, there will not be a link over here on the left like there is for Studio. That's one of the major differences in how we access YuJa. So there are two ways that you can access YuJa. You can open up a new tab and just go to heartland.yuja.com. That is the external link for YuJa. If you want to access it this way, this is what we call our public-facing YuJa account. So any student, community member, faculty member, potential student, anyone can go to heartland.yuja.com, and there is a sign-in in the upper right-hand corner that you can choose. And instead of YuJa credentials, you would choose Heartland Community College single sign-on in the drop-down. And that will allow you to use your Heartland credentials to log in to YuJa. And it's single sign-on, so it's the same credentials as your email, as Canvas, Iris, all of those credentials are exactly the same. So once you select the Heartland single sign-on and select login, it's going to take you to a place that you can sign in. And my system is being a little slow. Apologize for the delay there. And since I've already logged in, it remembers my credentials, so I don't have to enter them. But if it's your first time, you'll have to enter your credentials. And so this is the internal interface for the public-facing YuJa. However, it's very, very much the same if you access it in Canvas. So this is one way you can access by going to heartland.yuja.com. Okay. The other way that you can access is inside any of your courses. There is a YuJa link on the left-hand side within your navigation bar. If you select the YuJa link, that will take you to the same interface that you just saw at heartland.yuja.com. In fact, it's loading heartland.yuja.com inside of your Canvas. So it's the exact same interface, regardless if you go to the public facing or the internal facing. Is everyone clear on that? Okay. So now I'm inside of Canvas, inside of my course, and you will see some folders at the top. Mine, I have made some additional folders, so you may see some folders that you don't have, and that's just because I've created some of my own personal folders. And you can do that as well by selecting this new folder option, and then you can organize and drop your videos into folders, which is really convenient. Studio was kind of clunky at doing that. These are actual true folders that are easier to organize. So if you had a video that you just wanted to click and drag and drop, you can easily do that by choosing the new folder option. Also with this, within this interface, you'll notice over on the left that I'm on My Media. The My Media tab will have a video folder called My Zoom Recordings. So all of your Zoom recordings that you do will automatically go into YuJa. We've got that sync working, and so you should have a Zoom recording link in there. If you don't, and it's the first time you've gone to YuJa.Heartland, it's going to take a while to sync up. So don't be alarmed if you're not seeing something. Give it some time and your videos will start populating in there for you if you don't see anything. But all of your Zoom recordings will be dropped right into YuJa. And currently in Zoom, our video recordings delete after 90 days. And so that was another concern. What if we want to keep them longer than 90 days, right? So by using YuJa, because it's an enterprise system, we can house all of the storage from those Zoom videos here so they don't delete. So that's what we're doing. We're just migrating the Zoom videos over for you. All right, you'll also see there's an option called Shared with Me. So if you choose to share videos with other people, other faculty, other instructors, this is where those would be as well. So no one has shared anything with me yet, or it would be, those videos would appear here. In the upper right-hand corner, you have the options to sort your videos by alphabetical, latest, last viewed, and type. There's also another display option that you can display your folders in a more vertical format or horizontal format. So there's some view features there in the top right. In addition to that, in the upper right-hand corner, you'll notice that there's a little alarm alert option. These are notifications. And I have been involved with some of these classes helping faculty with these. So I'm getting notifications. So you will get notifications of classes that students who have taken quizzes or if something's been shared with you, those notifications appear up there. Any questions about that? Okay. And then the far right-hand corner, if you have this, you should have this option, you would see that you may have some usage and analytics that you can take a look at to see who's watched your videos, who's participated in the quizzes and such. Later this afternoon, there's a video on YuJa editing, and we'll talk more about like the grades and those quizzes and editing videos. But for this training, this is just getting started, so it's just a quick overview. In addition, on the left-hand side, you can search for videos that are in your library. And then you can also choose this little hamburger icon, and that's just a toggle that will take your menus to a shorter view. So it changes them to icons instead of text. So if you ever, like, what happened to my menu? I can't find it. It's just a toggle that you can shorten your menu preferences. You can also enlarge, and I'm on Firefox right now. You can enlarge this view or make it smaller if you'd like by clicking and dragging the divider. At the very bottom, you'll see that there are channels. Now, don't get too excited about this because we haven't built too much here yet, but we can, in the future, we can add channels for athletics, for example, or Phi Theta Kappa, or library, or tutoring, they can have their own channel and publish videos to that channel, in which it would be on the public-facing website. That would be out here on the public-facing yuja.heartland.com. Okay, but we don't have too many channels right now that we have created, if any. There's also what we call the enterprise tube, and that is our featured videos that we're putting on the website, the public-facing website. So you have the option to do those as well. Now, to record a video, there's a few ways you can do that. You can do it by selecting the YuJa tab within your Canvas course. You can do that from heartland.yuja.com. There's a create recording option up there. Or if you are in a particular module, and let's say you're on a Canvas page and you want to place a video here, like replace this placeholder with your own video, do that. Just going to delete that placeholder and I'll put my cursor where I want it. And then upstairs on the formatting toolbar, there's a plug icon. This plug icon, if I click on that drop down, you will see YuJa Media. YuJa Media then can be selected from any of the content editors. Any page, any discussion, any assignment, as long as you have this formatting toolbar, you'll be able to find the plug and select YuJa Media. By choosing YuJa Media, you have a different but similar interface that opens for YuJa that allows you to record or choose a video that you've already recorded to put into your content. So this looks a little bit different. You can choose a video that you've already recorded, or you can upload media. Now take a look at this option. When you upload media, it doesn't just have to be a video. It can be an audio file. It can also be a document. It can be a link. If you want to put a YouTube video in here, there's an option for that as well, or a video link. The reason why you'd want to do that is because of the accessibility features and the quizzing features. You're still going to be able to do all those advanced things with YuJa, even if you choose a document, an audio file, or even a video from an external source. And then last is VR video. Nathan got a good taste of this last week when he came in and learned a little bit about virtual reality. A virtual reality video can also be added, or a 360 video. That's new for Heartland, so we're exploring with those as well. So any of these options you can select and add and upload media that already exist. Or you can choose to record content in the far right-hand side. Now, if you haven't downloaded the YuJa app, you'll want to go ahead and download the app so you can record. Once you download it, you don't have to download it again. I've already downloaded the software, so if I choose Launch App, it's going to say, do you want to allow the YuJa app to open? I'm going to choose Always Allow. You can choose the application, and my YuJa software automatically comes up because I've already downloaded it. And then here in a minute, the YuJa will begin. And here we are. So now I'm ready to set up my video, my audio. YuJa also has the capability of going live, like Zoom. You can give somebody a link and do a live streaming video over here on the left. That's also an option. So if we choose to do a video, you can decide what video source you want, and you can have more than one source. So if you have a dock cam that you'd also like to record, you can choose that camera. I do not have a dock cam connected to my computer, but if I did, I could choose that. That's an advanced feature we didn't have with YuJa either. So you can do more than one video source. So you can have your camera and then maybe a document camera. Audio, you could choose what microphone you wanted to use. And then if you want to share your screen, you can determine what screen you want to share. And there are some advanced settings as well that allow you to write on the screen and do some whiteboard effects. And then an annotation toolbar, if you turn that on, then that allows you to edit the screen while you're talking. So there are options like a marker and a highlighter, and there's arrows, and Things that you normally see in Zoom, like with your whiteboard, we now have in YuJa, so that's nice. You'd want to give your recording a title. And I always recommend, putting your class name in front so you know it's easier to find and organize. You might want to put, your course name in the front, or the module that it lives in, or however you want to change your naming conventions. And then in the right-hand corner, you have a start record option. And as I choose that, it's going to give you a countdown. So now it's recording my entire screen, my video, my audio. It's going to give you a countdown to show you how much time has been elapsed. So we're at 13 seconds now. When you're all done, you can select finish, but you can also choose pause, which is nice if you need to take a minute and get a drink, or stand up for a second. I'm just going to choose finish to take us back. And now it says your session has ended. Do you like it? Do you want to save it? Or you can choose to delete it and start over, which is nice too. We'll hit save. And so immediately it gets queued up here in our videos. And I have a few videos. I recorded 2 on Friday, 3 on Friday, a few videos in anticipation of the ADC class that's starting today. So this one is getting queued up, and until it's completed, and it says 100%, but it's, as you can see, the screen still has the YuJa sign, so it still hasn't completely processed yet. It doesn't take too much time to do, but until it processes, you won't see your picture like this or a screenshot of the video. But that doesn't mean you can't go ahead and select it. You can go ahead and select it and then insert content. And then your video will get placed right inside of your placeholder where you were. So the recording, I think, is a lot smoother than Studio. It's faster, and it allows you to, instantly record and put a video in without a whole lot of editing capabilities. So if I were going to go ahead and save this on my Canvas page, the video is still rendering. So we'll come back to it here in a few minutes so you can see what that looks like. Now, to edit the video or do any sort of quizzing, you would want to go back to the YuJa menu, whether in Canvas, or you can come up here externally and do it. Let me refresh this page because you can see it's processing. So I can go to heartland.yuja.com to see those videos, or I can click on YuJa within Canvas to go back to those videos. So this one is still processing. It should be done here shortly, but I'll go ahead and look at one that I've already done. So as I hover over these, you will notice that I have a menu of options that appears. I can play it. If I select share, I can share it with somebody if I like. And by sharing, you would just type in their name. There's Nathan. So I could click on Nathan, and then I can say, give him full access. He can edit it, or he can just watch it. You can give him different rights. Okay, so that's how you could share it with someone. You can also publish it. And when you publish it, then you can choose what course you want to publish it to. So let's say that you recorded this for one class, but you want to publish it into some other class. Then you could search for your class and choose to publish it in another course, and then choose select. So you can do that as well, which is great. We've had some issues with Studio this past semester of people recording in one course, and when they do their course copies, it doesn't carry over. It still lives with that first course. So this takes care of that trouble that we had. We can delete it from here. And then the edit feature allows us to do some video editing, which is what we're going to do at noon today, but at least I'll show you the interface so you're familiar with what it looks like. This is the video editor within YuJa, and it's a little more advanced than some of the other editors I've seen, but it does work on tracks. So there's an audio track, there's a video track, and then the captions. You can see the captions at the bottom as well. And we have the ability to add pictures and graphics and stop and and like edit a piece out. And we have advanced features that we didn't have before. So I'm going to go ahead and discard this because at noon, we're going to talk about video editing. And if you're interested, you're welcome to come to that training as well. Then there's a more option on these videos. If I click the more option, I'm going to come down here to this one. If I choose more, we have a whole additional menu with options that appears. And here's where we can get into some of the details of our video. We can provide a description of the video. We can also add documents. So as a student watches the video, they'll be prompted to download the document that goes with it. How cool is that? So you can have a Word, a PDF, an Excel file, any of those documents. You can just click Add Document and then go look for the document that you've already added, or you can add them back at this menu where you upload media. So that is an awesome feature. Love that feature. You can also add thumbnails. Like, do you really want, this to be my main frame? Probably not, because it looks like my eyes are closed and my mouth is open. That's not a good shot for me. You can also upload a custom graphic. So you'll see some of my videos have custom graphics for the thumbnail. You can do that as well. There are links. So if you just want to send this in an email, you can copy the link and shoot it to somebody, and they can watch it without putting it into a course. And there's also embed code. And I use the embed code in my blogs. Let me show you an example of what that looks like. So you might notice that there's videos on the heartland-online.blogspot.com. All of these videos are coming from YuJa, but what I'm doing is I'm taking that embed code right here and pasting it in my blog. So those videos can live external as well. Love that. Towards the bottom, there's some other options like, do you want to allow viewers to download the video and make subclips, or do you want them to sign in to watch the video? I have those disabled, but there's options for you to that as well. Under the download option, you can download the video and you can download it as a SCORM package. There's also pre-generated video downloads for viewers, and I usually have those disabled. I usually do not allow viewers to download my videos, but if you do, then you can enable that as an option. Comments. Everyone who sees your video can, by default, comment. If you want to disable that, you'll want to come to the comment section and disable that, so that way no one will make any comments on the video. You can also decide who do you want to comment or who do you want to view. There's analytics that will show how often the video has been played. This is not a very popular video. It has no views other than my own view. Keep in mind that these analytics will only count internal viewings inside of Canvas. It will not count external viewings on a blog. So if I wanted to see that, I would have to go to my blog to check my analytics, not the video. Quizzes. If you would like to create a video quiz, this is where the video quiz gets created. You would select the Create Video Quiz option. You give it a quiz name. And then at the bottom, you can add a question. Look at all the different questions that you can add compared to Studio. We can add multiple choice, multiple answers, short answer. We've never had that option before, and our folks in LAST have been wanting to add some short answer questions. We have true, false, reflective pause, which the video will pause, and then you can put a statement or a document or have them look at something before they move on. And then a decision point question as well. Again, we'll talk more about quizzing and editing in an advanced video, but I did at least want to show you where the video quizzes are. So if you play the video, you can bring it to a specific point and pause it, and then add the question at the correct interval. As you add the question and your answers, you can give it points, save, and the questions, whoops, I got to choose a correct response. Save. The questions will populate over here in your question list. Now, in the past, I will tell you, Studio allowed you to hide the question markers so students couldn't jump to those specific questions. YuJa will not allow you to hide the question markers because of accessibility. However, you can prevent forwarding. So they have to watch the entire video. They can't forward through all the questions. They have to watch all of the questions. So just so you know, there is no way to hide it. We had a question on that last week and spent quite a bit of time trying to investigate. But for accessibility purposes, you'll still be able to see those little question markers on the timeline. Students will be able to see them, but they can't go forward to those questions. So, all right, so then when your quiz is done, you can save it, or if you choose post, you can post it to a class. You can mark when you want it to be due, and then what courses you want it to go into. That's a really nice feature. So you don't have to go back to Canvas, create an assignment, choose the video quiz like we used to do, and mark it, grade it. I mean, there was like a 3 or 4 step process. Now you don't have to do that. Once you post it, it goes right into your class as an assignment and to the gradebook. So hopefully that saves you time. That's what we're hoping anyway. So I'm just going to save it. I'm not going to post it to anything. It tells me it's saved, and I'll go, actually, I think what I'll do is just go hit my back button to take me back to the user interface. So let me just make sure that I got everything on this More menu. The last options here, accessibility. And again, it will automatically auto caption. You do not have to request it at all. Unless you have captions that you want to upload. Like if it's a YouTube video and you know that they're more accurate, you can upload them, but you don't have to auto caption it. We already have that already triggered. And then some last options here are advanced options for syndication, different players. You can see how would this look on Facebook. You can share it to different social media sites if you'd like. There's a player option. You can determine like what kind of branding you want, and we don't have any of this really turned on, but we might in the future. Like if you want a larger play button on your video, we might have an option for that, or a different color. We can add some branding to it. But right now we don't have any advanced features like that. The very top option is actions, and the actions, these are the same options that you get when you're here when you click share. It's just under the More menu, so you get them in 2 different places.